Hi, I'm Heather Moore, and this is the Cable News Roundup for March 26, 2015. We'll start with Fox News and the O'Reilly factor. He starts the show talking about the Germanwings airplane crash, and then he discusses Bo Bergdahl, the Army sergeant swapped for 5 members of the Taliban in a prisoner exchange. Because Bergdahl is now being charged for desertion, he says it was a huge mistake by the Obama administration and that only Fox News is covering the story fairly. Then he has a story on Iran talks, the Iran nuclear talks in Switzerland right now, and Hillary Clinton's personal emails being requested in court. Next, the Kelly file. While the Germanwings pilot's crash is being seen as a suicide, Kelly thinks it should be considered a terrorist attack. Former platoon members of Bo Bergdahl come on to say that he is a horrible person and definitely a deserter. And the HBO show Going Clear alleges abuses within the Scientology organization. Hannity discusses the Germanwings crash being deliberate, and then he has a story about spring break on Panama Beach being chaos, and finally the Bo Bergdahl case. Platoon members were on the show to testify against him. Now let's switch over to MSNBC. We'll start with All In. Floyd Dent, a man from Detroit, he is seen on video being beaten by police, and he was a guest on the show. A man put a backpack with homemade bombs and a Quran in a Georgia park to scare people into thinking Islamic terrorism is everywhere. And flushable wipes are bad for the sewage system. The Rachel Maddow show, Maddow blames human fallibility for the Germanwings airplane crash. The University of Wisconsin basketball team has a running gag of using unnecessarily complex vocabulary to joke with the press stenographer, and U.S. and Iran are fighting ISIS together, but we are also supporting KSA and now Egypt fighting against Houthi, Iran-backed rebels in Yemen. Maddow believes the war in Yemen could turn into a war against Iran. And last word. It starts the show with Floyd Dent, that Detroit man who was beaten by police, and Dent is now accusing the arresting officer of planting drug evidence. The Justice Department released a report that DEA agents solicited prostitutes in South America, and they had sex parties funded by local drug cartels. NASA will study the effects of physiology in space with the Kelly twins, who are two identical twin brothers, and astronauts, and one brother will be on the International Space Station for a year while the other stays on Earth. So now you know.